All right, greetings everyone. It is me. I am here to talk about the JP news this week, and let's get right into it. So this week, kind of a surprise, but here it is already. Final Fantasy 15. This might mark the start of more often collaborations. I doubt it. But yeah, this year has kind of, been a fair number of collaborations in the later half here. And it hasn't been that long since FF7, but now we're getting Final Fantasy 15. I'm just still kind of shocked by it. But Final Fantasy 15 will be lasting from July 21st all the way to September 8th, so there's a fair amount of time for everything FF15 that's going to happen in there. Do I think that there are going to be extra characters later on or extra vision cards that we don't know about at this point? No. They've been pretty good about when these events are announced. Just, announcing everything that's going to be in the event. And I feel like they've been pretty upfront with it, so I wouldn't expect anything different. It's really just going to hurt the JP side at this point, and I don't think they want to do that. So for anyone who's wondering whether Gladdy or Ignis or Luna Freya or any of those characters will be coming in this event, no. Like 99.9% no. Just in case of that 1% that I am wrong, or 0.1% that I am wrong. But no, it's pretty much going to be what you see is what you get, and there'll probably be a second event later on that will come with the rest of the characters and fill out the roster a little bit more. So let's go through what we're getting this week, and then we got to talk about the fire selection quest. So we're working our way down. First of all, 2 new weapons will be able to be farmed, both the engine blade as well as Prompto's gun, which I don't remember what this gun was called in English. That was way too long ago that I played FF15, so yeah. We got those 2 new ones. It'll be interesting to see what their stats are. A lot of people have been calling all kinds of different things. I think that Noctis getting a Earth Elemental Sword is completely plausible because I can't think of an Earth Elemental Sword. Usually it's kind of more referred to Great Swords. But no, there's been some elementals, so I think it's just going to be an Earth Elemental Sword. Get that done and over with. Why not? And maybe some defense penetration or slash attack up or something on. As for Prompto's gun, people have said, defense penetration or maybe missile resistance penetration. I don't know. I kind of hope for something a little bit different. Like, I don't know, it gives you a higher chance of doing status effects. I don't know, something different. But yeah. These will be the 2 new farmable things this week. Pretty much just the standard opening intro week, and then later on we'll get into the Trial of Reckoning, a raid, all that kind of stuff that usually happens. So there you go. Let's roll a bit down. So we talked about this really lightly earlier on, and I don't think that there's been too much else discovered. At this point, I'm not entirely overly understanding yet the way Noctis' special abilities count, but for the most part he is a teleporting attacker, and we get a little bit more of an idea about what he's going to be like because of his mastery ability, which is just defense penetration up. Like 25. That's it. That's all you get. I mean, like, we know that he's going to be a damage dealer. We know that he's going to support other damage types via his limit burst, which I still believe are slash, pierce, and strike, which is interesting. No, nothing for Prompto, I guess, but he's in the dark element. Screw him, he's fine. Anyway, I think that Noctis will be a high damaging attack dealer. I think that he is in a, what's starting to look like a really good element, and I think he'll be able to work with other guys, and I think just like Cloud, he's probably going to be one of the more popular characters that we see around the JP meta, but you never know, could change. But I think that Noctis is a good spot going forwards, and really I just want to see the rest of his kit at this point. I don't want to theory craft too much about him at this point because it's just right around the corner. Show me what his kit looks like, show me his stats, and we'll go the rest from there. But Brawler, yeah, that's looking to be with some magical capability. Next up, Prompto, free copy of this character, so great news. Gunner first and Sniper second, I think, is a great combination. It just works with, in a very strong element already, and just the amount of status effects can be useful in a variety of different trials and challenges against different bosses. So I'm going to be very interested to see what this character's final stats look like and how he holds up in the dark element against other gunners, their element. But I am very interested. Once again, defense penetration, and this time it's interesting. He only gets 15 defense penetration, where Noctis gets 25, and just gets a general attack boost by 10%. So going to be interesting to see where his stats end up being. But again, I think he'll just be a good damage dealer, and we'll come back to that. But both of these characters do have ways of getting shards in game, and since Prompto is available from the very start, be a free 50 if you're building Prompto, and good luck getting Noctis. Alright, but this is new. The Final Fantasy 15 vision card. Our first one is a Earth Elemental vision card. For the party, it gives attack up and dexterity up. Level max also gives a magic resistance bonus, so a magic attack resistance bonus. So this is going to be a nice little defensive card for a Earth Elemental party, since wind magic is kind of a problem for some of the characters. This is a good buff, a good get, so to speak. And just attack up and dexterity, we want to see the percentages, but it's looking very nice. As for the individual unit that equips this, you also get Earth Elemental attack up and HP up. So I think this is just a strong vision card. Very obviously the Noctis card, but it could be a Oberyn card, it could be a Ketone card. Any Earth Elemental character would be happy to have this card in the party, and it's another good one for the Earth element when combined with the more recent Earth summon. So maybe this is the thing you really want to get from this event, just because it supports the Earth element pretty nicely. Of course, Wind will probably be next. You know, the counter, right? Because just before we go on any further, I want to point out, Titus was a free unit, the water element, and I'm not counting Cecil because he didn't exist on the JP side as a free character. Titus was water, then came Cloud, who is lightning, now came Noctis, who is earth. I'm willing to bet the next collaboration character is going to be a wind elemental character, because reason. Anyway, continuing on, we also have the selection quest detail. As you can see here, we now know who is going to be the fire elemental selection character that we are getting from this one. So Minwu is the character right here. She will be the one you will be getting from the selection quest. And these are the fire characters you can use: Adelard, Seymour, Naya, and Lilith, if I'm remember. Or I think it's like Lilith, but I think the Japanese closer to Lilith, and that just sticks in my head more. Anyway, Minwu is looking to be a very fascinating character. She is an 80 cost fire elemental mage who is an interesting mix of jobs: time mage, Kotodama / messenger, and last but not least, a brand new one, which I think translates out to guru, but I'm not 100% sure if that'll be the final name. Could be enchanter or incanter or something like that. It looks to be essentially a brand new class focused around healing and buffs. So the two abilities that we do get access to knowing about is one that is a defense and spirit boost for a couple of units, or for multiple units for 3 turns, that also gives an increased healing power. And I do believe it's healing power on Minwu, which does suggest that she's going to have healing options. And since her jobs are, or secondary jobs are time mage as well as Kotodama, that means that her primary job is essentially an upgraded version of white mage with a little bit of time mage. And that's also substantiated by her second ability, which is an HP restoration, as well as a 3-turn boost to attack, magic, and quickness. Honestly, a very interesting get for the fire element, because fire has been missing for a really pro tier healer, but also a time mage too. Means that there is some really interesting synergy here, and it probably means that the fire quest is, or the fire selection quest is doing. But yeah, we'll take a look at Minwu as well as our Final Fantasy 15 content as soon as it is all available. And I do believe it's just magic power up. double check because I forgot. Yes, its own magic power-up. That was basically what I knew it was, but just to be checking, just so the commenters don't get that one. Aha! Anyway, I'm sure there's other stuff to get. Anyway, also there will be a story update, so some more free Lapis around the same time as a collaboration is good news for anybody who's looking to pull on FF15 and not spend a bunch of money. Anyway, so that is going to be JP's week for this week. A lot of different stuff happening leading into the end of July, where we're going to get our news about August, and who knows if there's anything else hidden in August for story characters or side stories or events or anything like that. We'll have to wait and see, but looking good that Final Fantasy 15 will be very strong and the Fire Selection Quest will be a good investment, especially if you already have a maxed out Seymour. Anyway, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching, and see ya in the global video.